The Paris Novel by Ruth Reichl. Audiobook. Book summary in English. Certainly. Here's a detailed, 1,200-word summary of The Paris Novel by Ruth Reichl, designed to be engaging and entice readers to explore the audiobook. Paris is a city of dreams, a place where history, art, food, and fashion converge in a tapestry of vivid experiences. In The Paris Novel by Ruth Reichl, this enchanting city becomes the backdrop for a story of transformation, discovery, and redemption. Through the eyes of Stella St. Vincent, Reichl paints a portrait of a woman who, by stepping into Paris, also steps into her own potential. It's a journey that begins with grief and uncertainty but blossoms into a rich celebration of life's most delicious moments. The story opens in New York City, where Stella, a diligent but unremarkable copy editor in her mid-30s, leads a life of routine and predictability. Stella is not the type of person to take risks, she prefers the safety of schedules and the comfort of solitude. But her quiet life is upended by the sudden death of her estranged mother, Celia. A woman Stella barely knew in life, Celia had always been a mystery, fiercely independent, full of secrets, and distant from her daughter. Stella's only inheritance is a cryptic note from Celia along with a one-way ticket to Paris. The note reads, "Go to Paris. You'll understand." For Stella, Paris is a foreign land in every sense of the word. She has no friends there, no plans, and no idea what her mother intended for her to discover. Yet, despite her trepidation, she boards the plane, clutching the ticket in her modest suitcase. Arriving in the city, Stella is struck by its beauty, but also by its overwhelming energy. The cobblestone streets, the aroma of freshly baked bread, the ornate architecture, everything feels alive and intimidating. Stella checks into a small, unassuming hotel in the Marais district and prepares to navigate this new world. Stella's first days in Paris are cautious and unremarkable. She explores the city tentatively, avoiding interactions and sticking to safe choices, like simple meals and tourist-heavy areas. That changes when she stumbles upon a quaint vintage boutique tucked away on a quiet street. Inside, she discovers a stunning black Dior dress, unmistakably from Yves Saint Laurent's first collection for Dior. The shopkeeper insists that the dress is meant for her. Though Stella balks at the price, she feels an inexplicable pull toward the garment and buys it. The dress, she soon realizes, is more than just a piece of clothing, it's a symbol of transformation. Wearing the dress for the first time, Stella ventures out of her comfort zone and into the world of Parisian nightlife. She visits Les Deux Magots, a legendary café frequented by artists and writers. There, she orders her first oyster, an act that feels almost rebellious. The briny, slippery taste surprises her, opening her senses to new possibilities. At the café, she meets Jules Delatour, an elderly art collector with a sharp wit and an eye for talent. Jules becomes Stella's guide to Paris, introducing her to the city's hidden treasures, from underground galleries to secret supper clubs. Through Jules, Stella begins to experience Paris not as a tourist, but as an insider. As Stella becomes immersed in Parisian life, she uncovers a side of herself she never knew existed. She starts visiting museums, where she's captivated by Edouard Manet's painting, Olympia, and its model, Victorine Louise Murant. Intrigued by Victorine's enigmatic story, she was a talented artist whose own work was overshadowed by the men she modeled for. Stella embarks on a quest to learn more about her. This search for Victorine's lost legacy mirrors Stella's own journey of self-discovery. In many ways, Victorine becomes Stella's muse, a figure who inspires her to reclaim her own voice and identity. Stella's exploration of Paris takes her to Shakespeare and Company, the famous English-language bookstore on the left bank. There, she joins a community of expatriates, artists, and dreamers who call themselves tumbleweeds. They live in the bookstore, exchanging work for lodging and camaraderie. For the first time in her life, Stella feels a sense of belonging. She shares stories, dreams, and meals with these kindred spirits, finding solace in their shared pursuit of creative fulfillment. As Stella digs deeper into Victorine's story, she uncovers surprising parallels to her own life. She learns about Victorine's struggles to be recognized in a male-dominated art world and her defiance of societal expectations. Stella's investigation leads her to a flea market, where she makes a serendipitous discovery, a self-portrait of Victorine, hidden among forgotten treasures. This painting becomes a turning point for Stella, both in her quest for Victorine and in her own personal growth. Amid these discoveries, Stella also begins to unravel the mysteries of her own family. Through letters and old photographs, she pieces together the truth about her mother's life in Paris decades earlier. Celia's enigmatic past comes to light, revealing a connection to Django, a charismatic chef with a passion for bold flavors and inventive cooking. Django, Stella learns, is her father, a revelation that shakes her to the core but also fills in the missing pieces of her identity. Stella seeks him out, and their reunion is both tender and transformative. Django's kitchen becomes a new kind of classroom for Stella, where she learns to embrace the joys of cooking and the importance of taking risks. In the novel's final chapters, Stella and Django join forces to open a restaurant in Paris, aptly named Chez Django. The restaurant becomes a place of warmth, creativity, and community, a reflection of Stella's newfound confidence and zest for life. The black Dior dress, now altered to fit Stella perfectly, is returned to her with a new label bearing her name. It's a poignant symbol of how far she has come, from a timid copy editor to a bold, self-assured woman who has claimed her place in the world. Ruth Reichl's The Paris novel is more than just a story about a woman in Paris. It's a love letter to the city itself, with its rich tapestry of flavors, art, and history. Through Stella's journey, Reichl explores themes of identity, legacy, and the transformative power of food and art. Every page is infused with vivid descriptions of Parisian life, from the buttery croissants at a corner bakery to the vibrant hues of a Cézanne painting. It's a novel that invites readers to savor every detail, much like the city it celebrates. Stella's transformation is relatable and inspiring. Her story reminds us that it's never too late to step out of our comfort zones and embrace the unknown. Whether it's tasting an oyster for the first time, donning a dress that feels like magic, or uncovering the secrets of a family's past, life is full of moments waiting to be seized. The Paris novel captures these moments with heart and elegance, making it a must-read, or must-listen, for anyone who has ever dreamed of Paris or of finding themselves in its enchanting streets. This detailed summary should engage readers and entice them to delve into the audiobook for the full experience.